This is Focus, the video news magazine of Toledo Technology Academy, with your host, Maya Nair. Seniors will be graduating soon, but before that momentous occasion, there are two major events to complete their TTA careers. First, working with partners, they design and create a unique project using all the skills they've acquired throughout the years. Then, they go off to senior internships with our TTA business partners. Focus reporter Cecilia Dietsch, a senior herself, takes you to the senior lab where there's lots of innovation through engineering. What does it take to produce an edition of Focus? Much more than you might think. It's a process that starts with ideas and ends with the completed video news magazine. With just a small staff, the Focus team has produced 6 editions to date. Focus reporter Cordelia Van der Veer thought it might be fun to take you behind the scenes. It's spring, finally, and the TTA Student Council decided to celebrate the season with a special event before everyone headed off to the much-anticipated spring break. It was an afternoon of fun and games on the front lawn as students got another break. Focus reporter Braden Case joined in the festivities for Springfest. Now, from the campus of Toledo Technology Academy in Toledo, Ohio, here's your host, Maya Nair.
Welcome to the final edition of Focus for this current school year, and 3 all-new stories for you. The culmination of TTA's senior year is twofold: a seniors project followed by the senior internship. Seniors partner to develop and then build a unique project using all the skills acquired throughout their TTA career. Focus reporter Cecilia Dietsch, a senior herself who's part of the program, highlights her classmates' projects with innovation through engineering.
The culmination of the senior year at TTA is twofold. First, the senior project, then the senior internship. It's one of the many things that makes TTA so unique.
Seniors are either on long-term internships or in the senior labs to create and produce a specially designed project. Usually they partner together, anywhere from 2 to 4 people in a group. It's a year-long process that runs from October to April.
It starts with a problem statement. Then the next step is a purpose statement to solve that problem. But that's just the beginning of the process. Seniors must use everything they've learned in the course of their time at TTA to apply engineering and manufacturing technology to solve the problem.
The senior project at TTA gives the students the opportunity to use all of the electrical and mechanical manufacturing technologies that they've learned here to design and build a project that we help them with.
They're allowed to choose their project with instructor approval, but sometimes they take on a project to assist one of our business or manufacturing partners to solve their particular problem.
This year, there are 8 unique projects that run the gamut from arcade games to everyday solutions. And these are complex designs that take not only imagination, but engineering and ingenuity. My project is a practical one.
In our LEGO robotics lab, there are literally thousands of pieces, all different sizes, that have to be sorted by hand. My team and I have designed and engineered a device that will mechanically sort them by size.
With so many different sized Lego pieces, our device will help Ms. Margaret sort them easier and faster.
Another project is an arcade claw. You've probably seen them in public places, usually with stuffed animals inside. This team is designing and engineering one from scratch.
In order to make our claw, we had to design the parts, 3D print them, then assemble it and make sure it all works.
Another team is working on a whack-a-mole arcade game and creating the characters using a special process.
We created these 3D models inspired by Nintendo characters, and then we used the 3D printer to pretty much create them into real life.
Other projects include an automatic pencil dispenser that will provide a pencil to needy students. Robotic vacuum cleaners, like the iRobot Roomba, are for residential use. This team is working on a heavy-duty one for the lab. A solar-powered self-watering garden system that automatically irrigates a garden. An invention that will pick up papers at a photocopier within the school and deliver them to a designated teacher. And finally, a text analysis program that tracks the development of gun magazines over time.
The senior lab is fortunate to have advanced manufacturing equipment such as 3D printers and CNC mills that allow students to produce highly specialized parts right in the lab.
The seniors have access to all sorts of engineering technology equipment, including 3D printers, CNC machines, and various manual equipment in order to make their senior projects.
After spring break, all seniors go on internships until the end of the year with one of our business or industrial partners. The jobs must be related to engineering, manufacturing technology, and provide real-world work experience. Since I'm graduating in May, this is my last hurrah for Focus. It's been fun reporting on all the great things happening at TTA. For the last time, I'm Cecilia Dietsch, reporting for Focus.
Focus is a production of the TTA Yearbook class. There are so many components to producing our stories. From concept to completion, it's a process that involves the entire crew, acting as reporters, producers, directors, videographer, and editors. Focus reporter Cordelia Van der Veer takes you into our world of video production and shows you how it all comes together in Behind the Scenes.
We're rolling.
3, 2, 1, go. I'm doing what's called a stand-up. That's when you are on camera and talk directly to the camera. But this is just one component of creating a video. There's so much more to producing Focus than this.
Let's back up. It all starts with planning the show, and that means story ideas. We brainstorm and come up with the very best ideas that will be of interest to our viewers. Once we have the stories identified, it requires research to get the facts. And then script writing. Everything is carefully orchestrated and planned before one frame of video is shot.
Then comes the actual shooting. We use a high-definition video format to shoot everything. There are essentially two processes here, sound bites and what's called B-roll.
To really tell the story, we like to use students and staff to go on camera and give us the facts. And those become our sound bites, or interviews. The trick is to keep them short and sweet. Then comes the B-roll. That's video of anything and everything in the story that refers to the script and moves the story forward. Finally, Maya's intros to all the stories are shot using a professional studio teleprompter. Each story has a separate introduction that leads into the actual story, something called a package. This year we acquired a high-definition drone. You can see the footage in the show's open. Thanks to Mr. Homan for helping us fly the thing. Anytime we need any aerial shots, we can launch it and get some great views.
Like I said at the start, the stand-ups are when the reporter is on camera. But when you don't see and only hear the reporter, the sound is recorded in the studio and it's called voiceover.
Reporters read the voiceover portion of the script into a mic and make a digital recording. The script is recorded in segments so that it can easily be identified and edited. When all the video and audio are done, it has to be uploaded into the computer for what's called post-production, or what you would call editing.
Once everything is uploaded and ready to go, it's just a matter of sitting down at the editing console and putting the show together.
Following the script, we edit the story, adding titles, sometimes sound effects, and often correcting the video for color or exposure. When every story has been edited in the sequence, the video is reviewed and any errors corrected before the final output.
When the video is approved and in its final form, it's ready to be distributed and posted on social media. Well, that's kind of the Reader's Digest version of Behind the Scenes. It's been my pleasure to be a reporter and producer for Focus, so this is my final stand-up. I'm Cordelia Van der Veer, reporting for the last time for Focus.
All year long, the TTA Student Council has been planning and implementing events. Spirit Week, the homecoming dance, the tailgate party, the charity volleyball game, all require planning and execution. We're getting close to the end of the year, and they've created one more event for all students to enjoy. The afternoon before the start of spring break was set aside for fun and games. Reporter Braden Case was on the front lawn with the rest of the student body for Spring Fest.
It's spring, and it's about time. We're done with winter, and to celebrate and get ready for that well-deserved upcoming spring break, the TTA Student Council sponsored Spring Fest on a very windy day.
Much in the manner of the highly successful TTA tailgate party last fall, Springfest brought the students outside in the front lawn for an afternoon of fun and games. Classes were shortened to 30 minutes so the entire afternoon could be devoted to the event.
Yeah, this is what student council is all about, getting students outside, a little bit, having a little fun together, kind of bonding, a little school spirit.
If it had rained, the event would have been canceled, but we got plenty of sunshine. Although the temperature, with the wind, was barely over 50 degrees. And according to the Weather Bureau, there were wind gusts between 40 and 60 miles per hour. But that didn't dampen the TTA spirit. There were the typical yard games, and a few students did pick up games of football and soccer. Well, they were really just no more than throwing a football and kicking a soccer ball, but it was fun nonetheless. During morning classes, it was a dress-down day following TTA guidelines, but students were allowed to change into athletic or casual clothes for the afternoon.
What would a TTA event be without music? And DJ Kid was on hand to keep us in a festive mood with a playlist that included requests by students.
There was dancing the streets. Well, not literally, but some of the more ambitious students danced to the music, did the obligatory cha-cha slide dance, and Mr. Holman showed off his athletic prowess to the encouragement and delight of onlookers. Now, is that a good time or what? Instead of hot dogs and picnic-style food like the tailgate party, ice cream was the order of the day, and students could choose from a variety of the sweet treats, a perfect choice for this spring day. But whether you played games, listened to music, or stuffed your face with ice cream, the real idea was to socialize with your friends and get psyched for spring break that started the next day.
This is a great day, really sunny, nice day. It's only slightly windy, but it's an amazing time having fun with all my friends and playing lots of sports games and having a break from all my classes after all these tests that I've been having. Honestly, I could have asked for more.
This is just what we needed before spring break. This is so amazing.
Springfest was really fun. I think it's great that our school gives us the opportunity to come out here and play with our friends and get out of school for a little bit. It's a really good environment.
I just think Springfest is a really great event just to happen right before spring break. It lets all the students come out and just have a great time right before they go on break.
We're really grateful to Student Council for sponsoring so many great events this year. This is just another example of how student government and involvement works. Out on the front lawn, enjoying every minute of this 40-mile-an-hour wind and some ice cream. I'm Braden Case.
Well, that's all for this edition of Focus, the final one for this school year. For the past 2 years, it has been my pleasure to act as anchor and host. I'll be graduating this year, so another TTA student will be in this spot next year. I've appreciated the opportunity to introduce you to so many great stories that highlight everything positive that's happened at TTA. Until next year, and an all-new crew, I'm Maya Nair. Thanks for watching.